Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. What's up, Cowboys Nation? We have some breaking news that could change everything for America's team. The Dallas Cowboys are rumored to be in the mix for a blockbuster trade, and if Jerry Jones and company pull the trigger, it could instantly turn them into serious Super Bowl contenders. We're talking about a potential game-changer, one of the biggest trades in recent NFL history. The question is, will they make the move, or will they play it safe like they've done in recent years? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the latest reports, the possible trade scenarios, and what this means for the Cowboys' future. Before we jump into it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on breaking Cowboys news. All right, let's get into it. The Cowboys have been known for making headlines, but over the past few years, they've been hesitant to make splashy moves when it comes to blockbuster trades. They've built through the draft, made some solid free agent signings. But let's be honest, the fans want that one move, that one major acquisition that takes them from playoff hopefuls to legitimate Super Bowl threats. And right now, reports are swirling that they may have the opportunity to do exactly that. According to multiple sources, the Cowboys are monitoring a situation that could land them an absolute superstar. Now, the name hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but there are strong indications that it's a player who could instantly upgrade a key position of need. Some insiders have hinted at a few names, and we're going to break down each possibility in just a second. But here's what we do know. The front office is seriously considering making a move. And that, in itself, is a huge deal because for too long, Cowboys fans have watched as other teams make blockbuster deals, while Dallas stands pat. So, who are the potential targets? One of the biggest names being thrown around is none other than a dominant wide receiver who could immediately take the Cowboys' offense to the next level. Now, we all saw what happened last season. CeeDee Lamb took a massive leap and proved that he's one of the best wideouts in the NFL, but outside of him, the consistency just wasn't there. Brandon Cooks had flashes. Michael Gallup didn't look like his old self. And by the time the playoffs rolled around, it was clear that the Cowboys needed another weapon in the passing game. Imagine pairing Lamb with an elite veteran receiver who can stretch the field, dominate one-on-one matchups, and take pressure off of Dak Prescott. If the Cowboys are serious about making a deep playoff run, adding another elite target could be the missing piece. But hold on, it's not just wide receiver that Dallas is looking at. There's also growing buzz that the Cowboys could be in the market for a dominant defensive player, possibly a Pro Bowl caliber cornerback or an elite pass rusher. The defense was solid last season, but it had its vulnerabilities, and let's not forget that injuries played a huge role. Trayvon Diggs went down early, and while Darren Bland had an incredible season with all those pick sixes, the secondary still had its struggles when it mattered most. Adding another shutdown corner or a versatile defensive playmaker could take this defense from great to absolutely elite. And then there's another scenario that no one is talking about yet, but it makes a lot of sense: a trade for a game-changing running back. Tony Pollard had an up-and-down year after taking over the RB1 role. And let's be real, the Cowboys' running game wasn't nearly as effective as it needed to be. With Pollard set to hit free agency and no clear long-term answer at running back, Dallas could be looking to make a move for a dynamic playmaker in the backfield. If there's a chance to land a superstar running back, the Cowboys have to at least consider it. So, what would it take for Dallas to pull off a blockbuster trade? That's the million-dollar question. The Cowboys have some valuable assets, including draft picks and some younger players who could be part of a package deal. But the key factor here is how aggressive they're willing to be. In the past, the front office has been hesitant to part with high draft picks or take on big contracts, but if there was ever a time to go all in, it's now. Jerry Jones has talked for years about wanting to win another Super Bowl, and the window with this current core isn't going to stay open forever. Dak Prescott is entering a critical year. Mike McCarthy is coaching for his future, and the NFC is as wide open as it's ever been. The 49ers and Eagles are still strong, but neither of them looks unbeatable. If the Cowboys want to take the next step, this is the kind of move that could put them over the top. Now, let's talk about the potential risks. No trade is without risk, and depending on who they're targeting, the Cowboys would have to weigh the cost carefully. Would they be willing to part with a first-round pick? Would they be comfortable restructuring contracts to make room for a high-priced star? And would this player fit into the current locker room culture? These are all questions the front office has to consider. But at the end of the day, great teams take risks. The Rams did it when they traded for Matthew Stafford, and it led to a Super Bowl. The 49ers did it when they went all in for Christian McCaffrey, and they're now one of the most dangerous teams in the league. The Cowboys have a chance to make that kind of move, and it all comes down to whether they're willing to pull the trigger. There are strong indications that the Cowboys are eyeing a key addition, whether it's a game-breaking wide receiver, a dominant pass rusher, or a veteran leader who can bring experience and stability to this squad. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Cowboys' chances this season. If this deal goes through as expected, it could be the missing piece that takes this team from being a playoff contender to a legitimate Super Bowl threat. We've seen the potential in this squad, but adding a major difference maker could be the catalyst that pushes them over the edge. Now, of course, with every major move, there are questions. Will this player fit into the Cowboys system? How will they adjust to playing in Dallas? What does this mean for the rest of the roster? These are all valid concerns, but from what we're hearing, the Cowboys have done their homework on this one. The coaching staff and front office are fully confident that this move will make an immediate impact, and the fans should be excited about the direction this team is headed in. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The NFC is wide open right now. There are a few dominant teams, but the Cowboys have the talent to make a deep playoff run. With the right additions, they can compete with the best in the league. The key will be how they integrate this new player into their system and how quickly they can build chemistry with the rest of the team. If they can hit the ground running, watch out, because the Cowboys could be on their way to something special. So, Cowboys Nation, I want to hear from you. If you were Jerry Jones, would you make the trade? Who do you think the Cowboys should target? Do you want them to go after a star wide receiver, a dominant defensive player, or a game-changing running back? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a conversation that's just getting started. And remember, we're going to be following this story closely, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on. If this trade happens, you better believe we'll be breaking it all down with instant analysis and reactions. Until then, stay tuned, Cowboys fans. This could be the move that changes everything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.